difficult was it to capture original aesthetic language?
That you should tell me when you hear my Kannada because I think I'm blessed with an affinity for languages. I'd be modest enough to claim that much. I think when I listen to someone speaking a language, I'm able to reciprocate and reproduce, if I have the lines with me. But this is not the first time I've dubbed in Kannada. I dubbed for Salar also in Kannada. My take as an actor is that your voice and the way your voice lends itself to the lines you speak form a large part of your performance. And I feel a little uncomfortable letting go of that control and letting someone else perform that part of it for me. I feel a bit uncomfortable for that. And I've also noticed one thing that whenever actors attempt dubbing in multiple languages, they usually dub in their home language, which in my case is Malayalam. And most times it's usually Tamil and Hindi, or maybe Tamil, Hindi, and maybe Telugu. I think very few people have attempted to dub in Kannada outside of Kannada. I think maybe the language is tough. Maybe, I don't know. So for Salar, the first thing I told Prashant when he narrated the film to me is that I want to dub in all 5 languages. And the first question he asked me is, Kannada also? I said, yes, Kannada also. And I was very keen that I want to dub in Kannada. And I'm fully aware of the fact that my Kannada is not perfect. But I'm also aware that you are an intelligent audience. You will know that it's a Malayali actor attempting to dub in Kannada, and you will forgive me for the mistakes I make. So that's okay.
Thank you, sir. Jimmy, sir, my question is to you. Actually, I admire your chillness. You are like, have a chill pill, bro, like that. So,
Thank you.
so which is the Kannada word that you learnt first?
Yeah, go ahead. What's the question?
Which is the Kannada first word that you learnt?
In
First
Canada?
Kannada word.
Teach me.
So tell me in English that I will translate it to in the Kannada.
No, tell me whatever you want. I'm a student here. I'm in
Ella
your town.
Kannadigarigoo,
Say it again.
Ella Kannadigarigoo,
Illagirigu.
ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
Smagata.
ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು
Nano nimano.
ಪ್ರೀತಿಸುತ್ತೇನೆ.
Prithvi.
ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 28ಕ್ಕೆ
Machiko Kentake.
ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಬಂದು ನೋಡಿ, ಗೋಟ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾ.
Say what?
ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 28ಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಬಂದು.
That is way too long, darling.
ಓಕೆ, ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 28ಕ್ಕೆ.
Thank you very much. I tried my best.
Thank you, sir.
Bless you, sir. My
Prithviraj,
question is, bless you, sir. Here. These many years, you could have done more movies, many movies, but why Adu Jeevitam? And what's the key behind your patience?
I think the answer you can get after 28th.
A small explanation. How was the process?
Usually I don't like to speak before the film. That's my policy also, please.
Okay, next question. Prithvi sir, have you ever thought of giving up during this process of 16 years?
No.
No?
Hi, Prithvi sir. Here.
Yeah. Hi.
You spoke about your physical transformation, but how difficult was it mentally to prepare for this character? Did you meet him in person, and what was the preparation actually did you went through mentally for this character?
So this is an interesting anecdote that I've shared with media and friends all over. That so Mr. Najib was always accessible. He was there, and he's a good friend of Benjamin, the writers, and Mr. Blessy sir also knows him quite well. I could have met him, spoken to him at any point in time, but we made a conscious decision very beginning, Blessy sir and me, that I will not meet him because my endeavor as an actor, I believe, is to recreate the Najib in the script that Blessy sir has written, not to meet the real Najib and try and create an imitation of the person. So my performance is largely and in fact solely based on what is written on the script, plus whatever information I wanted in terms of what must that person have felt, what would he have gone through, what were the circumstances that led into each situation. All that is very detailed in the book. The book is quite detailed. It's a 43 chapter long book in Malayalam. And I also had access to Benjamin, the author, who had spent months with Najib before writing the book. So there really wasn't any information that wasn't available to me. So we thought it would be a very interesting exercise to do the film. And the first time I spoke to Mr. Najib is on the last day of shoot, after finishing the last shot of the film. After doing the last shot of the film, I went behind the camera, and for the first time I spoke to Najib at length. And a large bit of that conversation we have recorded, we have shot, and between Najib and me. And I think we'll release it sometime. Yeah.
Prithvi sir, Lokesh from News First, I ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ.
Hello, hi.
ಮೇಡಮ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನಂತಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ನಾವೆಲ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈಗ 250 ರೀಪಬ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇರಳ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಈ ಕತೆ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಸಿನಿಮಾಟಿಕ್ ಲಿಬರ್ಟಿ ತಗೊಂಡು ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾಡಿ ಗೆಲ್ತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಇತ್ತೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಭಯ ಕಾಡಲಿಲ್ವಾ ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ತಗೊಳ್ಳುವಾಗ?
No translation, I understood.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಗೊತ್ತು ಈಗ.
By the way, the book is also available in Kannada. It is also translated into Kannada. And I would actually encourage all of you to read it. Anyway, so yeah, this at the very beginning, Blessed Sir and me knew that the biggest challenge we have in front of us is this hugely popular book that lakhs and lakhs of people have read. And also two things that we understood and realized at the very beginning itself is that one, we cannot recreate the book as such, because literature has the liberty of micro detailing, right? I mean, a moment in Najib's life could be 20 pages. It also has the liberty of doing the opposite. Like months of Najib's life could be just one paragraph. So writing on print has that liberty that usually cinema does not. At least it doesn't lend itself well to cinema. So we can't recreate the book as such. If we were to make a film on everything and all the information in the book, it would be like a 12 or 13 hour long film. So that we can't do. Secondly, one thing we always knew was we cannot question the reader's imagination. Like when you read the book, you would have imagined a Najib, you would have imagined a Masra, you would have imagined your version of the desert. We can't show you a film and tell you you were wrong. That we can't do, you know. So you can't challenge the reader's imagination. So then what can we do? What we can do is we can probably attempt to create the emotional journey of the character. We can try and attempt a visual manifestation of the emotional arc of the character. So what you feel when you read the book is what we hope you will feel when you see the film. But it's a completely different experience when you're actually seeing it manifest visually in front of you. And one of the most moving moments for us as a team is when the real Najib saw the footage of the film and his eyes teared up and he kept saying Ella, or like everything came rushing back to memory, everything came rushing back to memory. So I can imagine, as traumatic as that must have been for him, for us it was like a great affirmation that, you know, if not exact, we got pretty close to what the man must have lived through. So
Prithvi sir, this is Sujay here. Sir, this is a story of a Malayali basically. So what is so universal about this story so that it will cater to like all the audience over the globe?
Brother, even if Najib was a Kannadiga, Tamilian, Telugu, Kashmiri, any other land, the story would still be the same. Okay. The fact that he was a Malayali is not making a difference to the story at all. The greatest thing about stories regarding the resilience of the human spirit is that it is beyond language, beyond region, beyond nativity, beyond religion, beyond everything. And that quality is there in the film also. When you see the film, you will realize that only about 20 to 30% of the film has any language. After that, for the longest part of the film, it's just this one man, his solitude, the desert, the animals. And then for another big part of the film, it's just these two people. And in the film, these two characters do not understand each other. Najib does not understand what Ibrahim Khadri, Jimmy's character, is telling him, and vice versa. But even then, there is no communication lost between them. And that's the same quality that the film hopes to achieve. I truly believe that, yes, we went through the effort of making sure there are 5 linguistic versions available for people to watch. But I truly believe this film is beyond language, because the story is such.
Yes. Sir, is anybody from the Kannada film fraternity has watched the film, sir? If yes, what was their reaction?
No, they haven't. I'll show the film to Prashant and Vijay very soon. Yeah.
Last
Prithvi sir.
question, please. Last
Hi.
question.
So yeah, I mean, last evening, Mani sir, the first two people to see the film were Mani Ratnam sir and Kamal Hassan sir. They watched it last evening. Yeah,
Prithvi sir.
they said it is very good. But when you invite people to see a film, they usually don't say anything bad. So,
Prithvi sir.
And
apart from
ಸಮಯದ ಅಭಾವ ಇರೋ ಕಾರಣ ಒಂದೇ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ, ಕೊನೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
apart from Adu Jeevitam, when can we expect Lucifer 2?
that is shooting. Come sometime.
Prithviraj sir, this is just not a film for you. It's a phase of your life. You have seen a lot through this film.
Yes.
Tell us something about actually. In 2008.
Yeah. I mean, I keep repeating this because I don't know how many actors, how many artists in general would have had the experience of living with one film through so many different phases of his or her life. Because when I said yes to the film, I wasn't married, I wasn't a father, I had not turned producer, I had not turned director. So many things have happened in my life, and all through those phases, the one constant was, I'm doing Adu Jeevitam. I'm doing Adu Jeevitam. So between 2008 and 2024, I'm assuming I've evolved as a man, hopefully for the better. I've evolved as an artist, as an actor, and come the 28th of March, you're right, you know, it's like a big phase of my life is culminating, and I don't know what to make of it, because I don't think many artists would have had that experience. It would only probably be, you hear stories of Mughal-e-Azam and all, you know, the films like that. So I'm assuming this must be what that person must have felt. So yeah. So usually actors, especially the ones who work as much as I do, who've done as many films as I have, you develop a faculty to be able to disassociate and walk away from films and characters. But good question, because I don't think that is going to be so easily possible for this film and this character. Because for 16 years, I have constantly lived with the thought, at least in the back of my mind, that I'm doing this character. I'm playing Najib. And for 16 years, at least one layer of my subconscious must have been ideating for this character. So I don't think this is a film that I'll just be able to walk away like that very easily. But I don't want to also. I think some part of it I want to carry inside. Sorry, promotion?
Whatever the visuals we saw of Mr. Rahman, will that be only for the promotion or is it also included in the movie?
It'll be very weird if Rahman sir suddenly lands up in Najib's life. Yeah.
It will be very
No,
ajib.
yeah, it's only for the promotion. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Okay. How
Different, well, difficult, not really. The situation was difficult, you know, we're in the desert and we're fighting all kind of situation, climate and yeah, weather especially. But the end goal is always the same. It's trying to produce the best possible movie, and that's what we've done. In that regard, there's no difference. You know, I mean, I work in Hollywood, I work in Europe, in South America, in Africa, and here it's just different ways of doing things based on the culture. You know, for example, you have lots of people on set, a lot more than other sets because of the nature of the place. You have 1.4 billion people, so the manpower is there, so it's normal. And the other thing was that we worked every day, and that's very unusual to me. You know, I mean, I usually have 2 days off. With these guys, nothing, non-stop. I'm like, what? But I got used to it, and but it was fun. It was very fun, and the end result is there. And as I said before, I think it's a masterpiece, and I really encourage everybody to go and see it. Not just you, your brother, your sister, your kids, your parents. Everybody's welcome to go and see it because it's a human story, and everybody will be able to identify.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ನೋ ಕೆಲವರೆಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ಮಿತ್ರರು ನೀವು ಬೈಟ್ಸ್ ತೊಗೋಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗೋಣ. ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಬೈಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇದೆ. ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ಬ್ಲೆಸಿ ಸರ್ಗೆ, ಪೃಥ್ವಿರಾಜ್ ಸುಕುಮಾರನ್ ಸರ್ಗೆ, ಜಿಮ್ಮಿ ಸರ್ಗೆ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಫೆಲ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ದ ಗೋಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಆಡು ಜೀವಿತಂ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 28ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಭಾರತದಾದ್ಯಂತ 5 ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ವಿಶ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು. ನಮ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರಿಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.